Stay with us. The federal government has announced plans to produce 10 million metric tons of steel annually under President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The Minister of Steel Development, Shaib Audu, stated this during a visit to Kaduna State. Lupe Asom brings us the details.
Setting his sight on becoming a major steel producer with a target of 10 million metric tons annually in the next 5 years. The Minister of Steel Development, Shaib Audu, who was on tour to facilities in Kaduna, says this is aimed at reducing the country's reliance on steel imports and strengthening the local industry.
The renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, one of the cardinal objectives is to grow the economy to $1 trillion by the year 2030. And the steel industry is expected to play a very important role of that drive, that objective, for you to be able to.
At the Defense Industry Corporation of Nigeria in Kaduna, the minister revealed the federal government's plans to integrate the military hardware production into the Ajaokuta Steel Company to establish a military industrial complex in Nigeria. According to him, a memorandum of understanding has already been drafted and shared with the DICON, pending presidential approval.
Conversations are already going on at the highest level, like I mentioned. And once Mr. President approves, the steel complex at Ajaokuta has 5 engineering workshops, and the capacity and the capability of producing military hardwares, and land can be dedicated to the construction of the military industrial complex.
The minister also raised concerns over Nigeria's reliance on imported steel, which cost the country about $4 billion annually. He stressed the urgent need for import substitution to reduce pressure on foreign exchange. On the second day after his tour, he engaged with his staff on their challenges.
Major raw material requirement for the iron and steel industry are the iron ore, coking coal, and limestone. Again, the only semi-coking coal, that is the Bilafia semi-coking coal, is yet to be fully developed.
With these efforts, the government is laying the groundwork for a self-reliant steel industry that will play a key role in Nigeria's economic growth. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
And in the nation's capital, one of Nigeria's non-governmental organizations, Sustainable Development for Africa Youth Initiative, is partnering with the House Committee on Disability Matters to promote awareness on early detection of autism in Nigeria. This is as the House of Representatives renews commitment to strengthening the regulation of online and remote gaming in the country. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa has the details.
Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech and non-verbal communication. It is a serious developmental disorder typically diagnosed before the age of 3. The condition imposes a high economic burden on parents and other relatives. Experts say there are very few reports on autism in Nigeria and a dearth of literature addressing the epidemiology of ASD in African countries. This conversation centers around prevention, early detection of ASD, and inclusion for individuals with autistic conditions in the society.
We believe that every individual with autism deserves access to quality education, healthcare, and social services that cater to their unique needs.
What the law says is that every child must have access to public education. And that environment must provide facilities or resources to educate that child.
Elsewhere, the House Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs received inputs into a bill seeking to strengthen the regulation of online and remote gaming across the nation through a proposed central gaming bill. At a public hearing on the bill, which seeks to repeal the National Lottery Act of 2005 and its 2017 amendment, Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, highlighted the importance of a comprehensive legal framework, but the Oyo State Gaming and Lottery Board expressed reservations about the National Assembly's authority to legislate on the bill, citing a Supreme Court judgment.
What we have gathered here is in line with the execution of the lawmaking mandate of the House of Representatives for the good governance of Nigeria and for proper conduct.
The bill is for an act to enact the Central Gaming Bill to regulate the operation and business of all forms of online and remote gaming.
The Supreme Court unanimously spoke in a very loud voice. They said lottery, gaming, game of chance, anything, what have you, the state has the right to regulate those things.
The bill, however, received the support of a number of federal government agencies, including the Nigeria Data Protection Commission and the National Lottery Regulatory Commission, and strategies to curb underage gaming and money laundering. Joke Yadisa, TVC News, Abuja.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, says the well-being of all children, irrespective of their background, is an essential pillar of development as captured under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. She said this while inaugurating a 336-bed space home for Nana Berry Orphanage and Children's Home in Nasarawa State. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde has the details.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is here to inaugurate the newly built Nana Berry Orphanage Home, located in Karu, a suburb community at the border between Nasarawa State and the Federal Capital Territory. This facility is home to 128 girls and 118 boys. It is a collaborative effort of the Renewed Hope Initiative and the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development.
This facility is designed to provide a safe, nurturing, and empowering environment for learning and holistic development. In alignment with SDG Goal 4, quality education, this orphanage home will offer these children access to inclusive and equitable learning opportunity.
The Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State, who represented the Governor of the state, commended the First Lady for all her projects. He also pledged the commitment of the state to the upkeep and welfare of the Nana Berry Orphanage Home.
On behalf of His Excellency the Executive Governor, I want to let you know that we will not leave this facility alone. As a state, we'll partner with Aisha Kwame to make sure that this orphanage maintains the standard with which we've started.
The children in the orphanage home thrilled the First Lady and her guests with the rendition of songs.
Renewed Hope Initiative, it don't bring better. Hey, waiting them bring empowerment.
First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says this project also reflects the commitment of the Tinubu administration to the well-being and development of all children, irrespective of their background. She encouraged the caregivers in the orphanage home to continue providing for the children with love, care, and guidance.
I charge you to continue in your duty of providing these children with the love, care, and guidance they need to thrive. I urge you to uphold the virtues of kindness, compassion, and discipline to ensure that every child here grows into a responsible and empowered citizen of Nigeria.
This effort also aligns with SDG 1 to end poverty in all its forms everywhere by ensuring appropriate social protection systems and measures for all, and SDG 11, which ensures access to adequate, safe, and affordable housing for all. The Nana Berry Orphanage Home will certainly not be the only beneficiary of the Renewed Hope Initiative's outreach, as the First Lady promises more programs with far-reaching impact for children, women, and the vulnerable in the society. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.